Foodies, welcome back, and to anybody new to the channel, this is The Balance. My name is Gemma. Feel free to share this video if you feel that anybody might benefit from hearing it, and if you like what you hear, please hit that like and subscribe button to become a member of my channel. If you want more, head over to thebalanceuk.com where we have fitness classes and nutrition courses, things like that, and you can become a member of that. So just a full disclaimer, we will never contact you for one-to-one sessions, and we will never ask you for any donations or money on this channel. So please do not get scammed. Also, I am not a doctor, I am a personal trainer, and I am just delivering you the information that I've accumulated over the years in my 20 years of being a trainer. So please take what works for you and please leave what doesn't. And if you are new to fitness or you're starting a healthy eating plan, please consult a doctor. So let's move on with today's show. So how do we really tackle weight loss? It's a big one. And there's only two ways to really do this. The first one is, if you look at it simply, it's calories in and out. So what you put in to your body, you need to work off. And it's a bit like having a bank account, really. You get paid every month and you have your bills to pay, which is basically what your body uses at rest to do its day-to-day activities, and that is kind of to the side. And then you have your spending money, and this is where people go wrong. If you're overspending on your bank account, you're going to get into debt. If you are overspending on your calorie intake, then you are going to end up putting on weight. Also, if you do the opposite and you underspend on your calories, then you are going to end up probably quite poorly, and that's not what we want either. So you have to be at a bit of a deficit if you want to lose weight, but it shouldn't be detrimental to your health. Going by calories alone, though, is quite a laborious task, and I like to, whenever I've got my clients, I like to tell them to focus on their macros. If you don't know what macros are, they are your three main food groups that the body needs every day that they can't produce on their own. So fat, carbohydrate and protein. Now, fat can be stored, we know this because of obesity, but protein can't be stored, so you need to put that into your body every day. It doesn't need to be a meat product. Please see my nutrition guide for other alternatives if you are vegetarian. And carbohydrate can get stored as fat. So the biggest reason we get fat is because of sugar. So sugar comes into our bodies, we don't use it all as energy, so it gets stored as fat. And when we overconsume on carbohydrates, we're going to store it. So cutting down on sugars, cutting down on refined sugars is really, really important. There are good carbs and there are bad carbs. So good carbs are your fibre, which is what we want to produce. We want to get more into our diet. And the other is the bad carbs, which is your refined sugars, your cakes, your biscuits, all the good stuff that you don't want to give up. But if you can minimise those and replace them, so instead of getting up and having biscuits, you can get up and have fruit, you can have strawberries, apples, things like that. That's really good for you, and that's going to really help with lowering your body fat. The other thing is looking at your protein. Some people have too much, some don't have enough, and both can contribute to weight gain. So have a little look in the description box below. I give you a formula on how to work out your protein and how much you should be having in a day. And the other thing is your fat intake. Fats are forever being given a bad rep, really, but there are two different types of fats. You've got your HDL, which is your good cholesterol, and you've got your LDL, which is your bad. And unfortunately, our diet is full of LDL cholesterol. So this is why we have issues within the NHS of heart attacks and strokes and things like that. So if we can replace those with HDL fats, avocado, nuts, nut butters, olive oil, you can really start to minimise the LDL. It can almost erase it, if you like. And that's really important that we get those fats into our diet, because it will help to lower your cholesterol. So if you are having issues with your cholesterol, I suggest you add some nut butter to some oat toast or some wholemeal toast in the morning and make that a regular thing. My dad did this. He actually lowered his cholesterol by doing this, and over 3 months he lowered it quite dramatically. And nature has a great way of healing itself. So look to natural foods. Unfortunately, Sunpack Crunchy doesn't do the job. You've got to look for a natural nut butter. But if you don't like natural nut butter, have a look at cashew. Cashew is quite sweet and it's quite similar to a Sunpack sort of vibe. So it just doesn't have the salt and the sugars in it. So you need to create a balanced plate. And by doing that, you want around about 60% of your plate to be carbohydrate, around 30 to 40% of that being high fibre. And then you want 30% to be a good clean protein and 10% to be a good fat. And you can add in salmon, things like that is a good fat and it's protein. And really make your diet work for you. You're not going to put diesel into an unleaded car because it's not going to work. So when you don't look after your diet, your body's not going to produce what it needs to. It's not going to be firing on all cylinders. So you can go to the gym as much as you like, but if you're not coming home and replenishing your stores, you're not actually going to see the benefits of the gym as much as if you joined it with a good nutrition plan. Also, your body likes regularity. It likes regularity when it comes to food. So knowing that it's got 3 meals a day, your body's not going to go into panic mode. And I do a whole one of these on what happens when your body goes into panic mode when it's on a diet. So have a little look at that as well, because it's a really interesting topic that most people don't know about. So have a little look at that. Next thing we move on to is fitness. Don't go for the cardio. Everybody goes for the cardio. I'm going to go and run because that's going to make me lose weight. Yeah, it can. You can lose weight by running, but you've got to do it for a really long time. And most people don't have that kind of time in their day. So my advice, and ladies who are watching, please don't shoot me, is doing hypertrophy, doing weight training. Now, for those women that I said, please don't shoot me, it's because most women think that they're going to end up putting on muscle and looking like Arnie's mum. You're not. You're not going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger's mum because our hormones won't let us. And by bringing in the fibre into your diet as well, you're going to actually help with your hormone imbalance. So if you're going through the menopause or things like that, have a little look at my video about fibre and hormone resetting. But also by doing weight training, you're going to benefit your body even more. It's going to build stability, it's going to build muscle. And when you build muscle, the beauty of building muscle is it doesn't stop at the end of the training session. So you do something like hypertrophy, which is 8 to 12 repetitions, 3 to 5 sets. You work to failure, so you want to work to about 80% of your 1 rep max. If you don't know what that is, then please check out the website because you can learn about it there. And you want to work your muscle to failure. So be careful. If you need someone to spot you, make sure someone's spotting you. But what you do is you tear down the muscle fibre and then you rebuild it. I like to do something called hypercardio. And this was recently tested out at a university in the United States, where they took 2 groups of girls, and one didn't change their diet and did hypertrophy and cardio at different times. The other one changed their diet and did a mixture of cardio and hypertrophy within their workouts. And the girls who actually did the mixture, the combination, burn over 900% more body fat than the girls doing a regular diet / routine that's quite generic. That's a big deal. That's a lot. So I like to do hypertrophy. I've lost quite a bit of weight. I've lost nearly, well, over 3 stone actually in the past 1.5 years by keeping my body guessing, keeping everything going in my body and actually doing hypercardio. And when you do hypercardio, you're going to, in the first 20 minutes, burn sugar that you've eaten throughout the day. So I get my cardio done with that. It gives me a sustained energy. And then after the 20 minutes, I move on and do 20 minutes of hypertrophy. So now I'm using my body fat stores. And I'm using the 2 together. Then I stop, I stretch, I go home. I'm still burning the body fat and I'm still burning the sugars that are entering my body, because I did the hypertrophy. My muscles are still rebuilding up to 2-3 days afterwards. So you don't have to attend the gym every single day when you do hypertrophy. Also, as I just said, the body likes to be kept guessing. So do different routines, do different things. If you want to do a circuit class one day, a boxing class the next, dance class with some yoga after that, the body's not going to know what's coming. And unlike the food element, with exercise, your body likes to be kept guessing. So think of it like when you're driving home from work. Sometimes you get home from work and you're like, did I drive home? But I don't remember the drive, because your body and your mind automatically knows your journey. Now, if you're driving home and something happens on that drive home, you're now on alert because you've been diverted somewhere else. So you're diverted off and you're on alert. You're looking and you remember everything about that journey. And that's what your body does when you keep it guessing in exercise. So if you don't want to do classes and things like that, and you are just going to the gym, look at your repetitions, change your reps, go from hypertrophy to strength to endurance, whichever one you want to do. Change your styles, do eccentric and concentric loading. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to do a video on that soon. And that will stop you plateauing, and that will keep your body guessing, which means it will work harder and it will achieve more. Okay. Also work the full body. You can't spot reduce. You can't take your stomach and be like, I'm going to do loads of crunches and look like J-Lo. It doesn't work like that. You can only spot gain. You can't spot reduce. So work the whole body, work different planes of motion. This is what I love about the dance workouts that I do, because you are using different planes of motion. You are changing your body shape. You're not just doing the regular forward and backwards, up and down kind of moves. So that's really my advice to you. Just to recap on this video, look at your calorie intake. Beware of eating over your calorie intake for the day, but focus your attention on your macros, your carbohydrate, fats and protein. Have your plate be made up of 60% carbohydrate with around 30-40% being high fiber, a good clean healthy protein of around 30%, and 10% of good fats. Have regular set meal times to keep the regularity going so the body's never guessing. And then with your fitness, hypertrophy is brilliant. Any kind of gym workout, build that muscle, then lose weight as you rest. Keep the body guessing and do things that you love doing. If you don't like going to the gym, don't go to the gym. If you like to run, go and run. Do what makes you happy, because if you're happy, you're going to do more of it. Okay, so I like to end my videos with some inspirations and some affirmations. So my one today that I picked for you is, I am becoming a better version of myself every day. I'm becoming a better version of myself every day. So take that if you want to, have that as your affirmation, and adjust your food and exercise program as you see fit. This is your life. Find your balance, find what works for you. I will be back with another video. Head over to thebalanceuk.com if you want to become a member and have a look at what we offer there. And in the meantime, stay happy and stay healthy. Have a good week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.